Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Hey my fellow Europeans, I got some bad news for you. Since your leaders impose sanctions on Russia because Russians are bad dudes, well, guess what? Maybe in 3 years the European economy is going to really collapse badly. According to some guy here, an expert, who tells us that if they continue doing what they're doing with the Russian gas and oil and all that, Europe will be... Okay, so let's see. This article comes from Sputnik and is from today, the 3rd of November 2022. EU's economy may collapse in 3 years after banning Russian gas, professor warns. Must be knowing what he's talking about. The Dutch Tidal Transfer Facility, TTF, Europe's main benchmark for natural gas prices, rose to above 135 euros, which is $132 per megawatt hour, on Thursday, the highest in 3 weeks. The rise was triggered by concern about delaying US LNG supplies. The EU's dependence on US gas has increased after the bloc imposed an energy embargo on Russia. Yeah, so the Americans told the Europeans, you gotta get rid of the Russian gas and we're gonna provide you extra money, premium. So that's the way it works. And Europeans says, yes, we take it because everything that you charge us extra, we're gonna borrow from our friends, the banks, international banks, and they will be happy, you will be happy, and our population not happy. But who cares about our population? They're gonna just vote for us one time every 4 or 5 years, and before that, for about few months, we play nice and smooth. They vote for us, and then regardless who they vote for, we're gonna do the same game. Why? Because they have a very short attention span. Right? Yes, that's the way the game is played. And I'm quoting, at present, the EU is in line with the energy policy of the US, yes, which does not seek to strengthen Europe and strive to deepen the bloc's dependence on American oil and liquefied natural gas, LNG. Since the beginning of the shale revolution, the US has been interested in diversifying its oil and gas supplies and arbitrating prices between the EU and the Asia-Pacific region, said Pavel Katyuka, associate professor of the Department of Oil and Gas Trading and Logistics at Gubkin, Russian State University of Oil and Gas. Well, I don't know if I... it's all Russian enterprise here, so we've got to pay attention, okay? I'm not disputing what he said so far, but because he's from Russia, this article is from Russia, let's be vigilant, my friends. So, Katika believes that during the next 2 or 3 years, Europe will face an energy crisis. According to him, this crisis could end in the collapse of the entire European economy, which was built on cheap Russian energy resources. And I don't know if it was built on it, but it helped. Let's put it this way. So cut a little bit, Sputnik. And I'm quoting, LNG and natural gas from Qatar, Algeria, and other countries will not be able to replace cheap Russian gas, either in terms of price or volume, the academic noted. Well, they might not, but that's why the banks are over there. And what are you going to do? You're going to keep going with your national debt, like United States. Qatar's energy minister, Saad al-Kabi, on October 30th told an American broadcaster that the EU would face economic difficulties up until at least 2025 if winters are harsh and Russian natural gas flows don't return to previous levels. Al-Kabi, who is also CEO of Qatar Energy, further warned Brussels against capping natural gas prices, explaining that it could prompt gas producers to turn to other energy importers. And I'm quoting, the free market is always the best solution. Yeah, but we're far from that. As all is dead and floating in the river, dead, face down. The Qatari energy minister instead, adding insisted, adding that interfering in markets clearly contradicts the free market rules that Europe has previously applied to producers. Well, it's preferential, my boy. Here we have free market, here we don't have free market, whenever it's convenient to us. And you better listen, otherwise we're going to impose some sanctions on you, we're going to blackmail you, and then we're going to do a regime change. If you're really stubborn and number 3 doesn't work, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to use some pretext to come and bomb you. Okay? See Iraq, if you have any doubts. Al-Kabi was right to draw attention to the fact that the EU price capping initiative contradicts the bloc's own rule, according to Katyushka, Katyuka. It does, but as I said, it's preferential, the same with morality. Yeah, let's get away from Russian energy, but only little by little, because, we're not certain yet if we can do it, but anyway. There's the same analogy like you have a child and the neighbor, you find out he's a pedophile and he's indicted, convicted and so on, and you say, hey guys, don't get the neighbor to jail yet. Take him in about a week, because tomorrow is my child's birthday and my neighbor had a very good relationship with my child, okay? But don't get him to prison tonight. I know he's a pedophile, he's a sex offender registered and all that, but give him another day. My kid would love to see the neighbor at his or her party. Basically what is Europe with Russia. Russians are criminals, are this, are second Hitler, but no, we're not gonna impose full sanctions on you yet, because we still need your oil, so we have a little bit fun with you, and then oil and gas, and we try little by little, okay? And Russia says, okay, yeah, really, it's dumb. I'm quoting, in accordance with the International Energy Charter and the Third Energy Package, the EU is pursuing a policy of gas market liberalization, which involves the formation of a fundamentally new architecture of the gas market with the integration of individual local hubs, the transition to market pricing for long-term contracts to spot market pricing, the possibility for consumers to choose a supplier, third-party access and division of functions of market operators, the Russian academic said. Well, I'm not convinced yet that this would result in European market or European economy to collapse in about 3 years, but it says in 3 years collapse, but I definitely think that if they're going to do what they say they will do, no more gas, no more oil from Russia, the standard of living of my fellow Europeans will decrease, and I would say maybe between a third and a quarter. I would say that, because I think that's how much the economy will be hurt, plus the inflation, plus all this, could be a third, I would say. Drop a third. So if you make, let's say you can buy 100 things right now, let's say in 3 years you're going to buy only 70 of the same things. So let's put it this way. I mean, I'm going with, actually not 70, I'm talking about, I'm going 30, 60, 63 or something, 60 something. 60%. So 63. No, 66. What the hell am I doing? Yes, 66, because 33 is. So 66. It's just I don't know. What I think is going to happen, in Ukraine is going to be either the Russians are dead, which is the leadership, and they put a weasel that's going to be sell out, and then they're going to get cheap for free gas, how much they want, and then everybody's going to have a party. I'm talking about the Europeans, but I don't think the Americans want that, unless they would be the ones controlling the Russian gas and oil, which is very possible then. Or if not, something will happen in about 3 years, and then, I don't know, no more gas for these guys. Gotta compete with whatever, Qatar and Algeria and who else. We'll find out if these guys don't blow the world up yet. All right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.